Did you feel like you had to grow up faster than other kids? Were you expected to be mature even when you were still small? Did you learn early that being easy to handle was safer than being honest? If any of that hits a nerve, you are not being dramatic. You are remembering what it felt like to carry more than a child should carry. Growing up too fast doesn't always mean you had a job or paid bills. Sometimes it means you became emotionally older than your age. You learned how to stay calm, how to read a room, how to not make things worse. Many children take on adult responsibilities too early, especially emotional ones, because someone had to. And when you're a kid, you don't call it responsibility. You call it love. You call it being good. You call it not adding stress. So here are 7 signs you may have grown up too fast. If you recognize yourself, let it be information, not shame. You might notice that you automatically track how everyone is feeling, like your body is always scanning for tension, disappointment, or anger, because you learned that moods could change the whole house. As a child, you comforted a parent after an argument. You listened to them vent. Maybe you even said things like, "It's okay," even though you were the one who needed comfort. If I can keep them calm, everything will be fine. If they're upset, it's somehow my fault. When adults around you feel unstable, your brain tries to create stability. You start believing that managing their feelings is the way to stay safe. It's because you adapted. You might have been the little adult in the family, the helper, the fixer. You took care of siblings, making food, getting them ready, walking on eggshells so they wouldn't cry and cause more stress. Or you were the child who didn't ask for much because there wasn't room for your needs. Don't be a burden. They need me. When a child becomes the caretaker, their own needs get pushed to the side. You learn that love equals usefulness, and later, even as an adult, resting can feel wrong because you were trained to earn your place by helping. You may feel like your feelings have to be organized before anyone sees them. Like you can't just be sad, you have to be calm first. You can't be scared, you have to explain it perfectly. And if you cannot explain it, you stay quiet. As a kid, you might have cried and been told, "Stop, you're too sensitive," or "Not now." Maybe no one said it out loud, but the message was clear. Big feelings made things worse. So you became good at swallowing them. You smiled when you were hurt. You went to your room and handled it alone. If I show this, I'll upset someone. My feelings will cause problems. When emotions aren't welcomed, your brain learns to protect you by hiding them. It's a survival skill. But later, it can feel like you're disconnected from yourself, like you don't even know what you need until it becomes too much. You might notice that even during free time, you can't fully rest. Your body is there, but your mind is still on duty. Relaxing feels unfamiliar, or even guilty. You hear someone sigh in the other room, and your stomach tightens. Or you finally get a quiet moment, and instead of feeling peaceful, you feel restless, like you should be doing something useful. If I relax, something will go wrong. I don't deserve to rest yet. If you grew up in a home where you had to stay alert, your nervous system learned that calm is risky. So even good moments come with a layer of tension, because being ready became your normal. You may be proud of how capable you are, and you are capable, but sometimes your independence isn't just a strength, it's a shield. You avoid asking for help even when you're overwhelmed. You'd rather struggle quietly than risk being disappointed. And deep down, it can feel safer to rely on yourself than to hope someone will show up. No one is coming. If I need something, I'll be let down. When you had to grow up fast, you learned that needing people could be dangerous or pointless. So you trained yourself not to need. You might notice that asking for support feels heavy. Even small requests can bring up a tight feeling in your chest, like you're doing something wrong. You may apologize too much, or you may avoid asking entirely until you are exhausted. You are struggling, but you tell yourself other people have it worse. You consider reaching out, then stop because you do not want to bother anyone. Even when someone offers help, you might say no, then quietly wish they would insist. I should be able to handle this. They already have enough on their plate. When you grew up taking care of others, your needs may have felt inconvenient or invisible. Your brain learned that asking could lead to rejection, conflict, or disappointment. So guilt steps in like a guard. It keeps you from reaching out because reaching out once felt unsafe. Even now, you might carry this invisible job, making sure everyone is okay. You may become the emotional manager in friendships, in your family, at work. You notice shifts in tone. You try to smooth things over. You take on more than your share because part of you believes it is your role. Someone seems quiet, and you immediately wonder if you did something wrong. A friend is stressed, and you drop your own plans to fix it. In your family, you may still be the one who checks in, solves problems, keeps the peace, sometimes at the cost of your own well-being. If I don't handle this, it will fall apart. If they're unhappy, I failed. As a child, you may have learned that love meant responsibility, that being needed meant being safe, so your nervous system still treats other people's emotions like an emergency you must manage. If you saw yourself in these signs, take a slow breath. None of this means you were broken, it means you adapted. And maybe, as you listen right now, you are realizing something simple but huge. You were a child, and you deserved to be cared for too. Before we end, you might gently ask yourself, when did I first learn that my needs were too much? Who did I have to protect? What parts of me did I hide to keep peace? You do not have to answer all at once. Just noticing is a form of healing. If you grew up too fast, you may still carry a quiet grief. Not always loud, not always clear, but present. It can show up when you see carefree kids. It can show up when you try to rest and your body will not let you. It can show up in the way you automatically say, "I'm fine," even when you are not. So let this be said plainly. It was not your fault. You did not choose to be the strong one. You did not choose to be the peacekeeper. You did not choose to notice every mood shift or to feel responsible for keeping the house steady. You were a child responding to what was around you, and you did what children do when they need love and safety. You adapted. You found a role that helped you survive. If no one has told you this before, the things you did to get through it were understandable. Even the habits that feel frustrating now, overthinking, people-pleasing, never relaxing, doing everything alone, often started as protection. Your nervous system was not trying to ruin your life, it was trying to save you. Healing does not mean blaming your past or reliving it every day. It can be softer than that. It can start with small moments where you offer yourself what you missed. My needs matter too. Rest is allowed. It may feel uncomfortable at first. That is normal. When you have spent years being the dependable one, receiving support can feel unfamiliar. Let it be unfamiliar. Let it be new. Say what you actually feel in a simple sentence. Ask for one small thing you need. If your story includes pain that still feels sharp, talking to a trusted professional or a supportive person can help. You deserve care that is steady, not conditional. If this video helped you understand your past a little better, consider subscribing for more animated psychology videos like this. And if you feel comfortable, share in the comments, which sign did you relate to most? You never have to share details, just a number is enough. Whatever you are carrying today, I hope you leave with this feeling. You were not too much. You were not too sensitive. You were not weak. You were a child who needed support, and you still deserve it now.